Well, ooh, we got somebody, got somebody, got somebody. Somebody stole my gal. Somebody stole my gal. Somebody, Jennifer. Hey. Casey, hey. Oh, it did say that. What's up? Well, I want to talk about how hard it is in life. That's not anything new. Katie's here, great. Jennifer, evening boss. I'm not a boss. I'm struggling. Like, oh, Miss Doss, how are you? Hey, let's go. I've been away. Where you been? Where you been? I haven't been. I guess I was here Tuesday. I don't know why. I just felt I had. Where's the penguin? Oh boy, I guess we got. Periscope people are a little strange. Nuclear, good evening. Yeah, watching your videos. Well, thank you to you. Boy, I wonder where I'd be without videos. I mean, when there was broadcasting and I was a guest, I made money being a professional guest for many years. All the talk shows everywhere, I just was a guest. You act like an idiot and you get the camera. Guess he's got jokes. Maybe not. Hello, pleasure to meet you. Well, thank you, Jacob. Pleasure seeing you. I don't really see you, but Brian. Hi, thanks for being there. Well, I was helping somebody on Let's Go Help, and boy, it was this woman who apparently is just trying to help the community. Make money at it, not making money, want to keep still doing it, and that's what I was working on right before I set this up. I know it's late, and I just wonder, anybody up late? I don't know why I'm up so late myself. I'm usually not up this late. Pleasure to meet you. Well, thank you. Pleasure to meet you. We all struggle in life, but I just seem to know shit that people don't know. I don't know how I knew it. Jennifer, are you on two places, Jennifer? No. Yes, you are. Well, that's nice. That's nice, Jennifer. So am I. I'm on 4, actually. And I really should be just on my Let's Go Help people, but they're not as active looking because they know they can get me anytime. If you remember Let's Go Help, you just leave me a question and I give you the website, give you an answer. Hello, pleasure to meet you. A young Lice, L-I-C-E, that's it. Hi there. Oh, you're smart like that. No, I don't know. How many suits do you have? About 20, but I'm auctioning them off. If you go to, you download my free report on free.lesgo.com/store, free.lesgo.com/store, and you get in the raffle to get a free suit. Once a month, I'm giving them out. Sent 2 out already. We'll have another one about the middle of the month, I think is the time. Free, let's go, free.lesgo.com/store. Okay, so this is, whether you're nonprofit or not, I mean, if you want to help your neighborhood or solve problems in the community, and we all see things that should be done, anything new in contracting, yes, billions of dollars. They go out every day. And actually, I have a database, Michael. If you go to big, B-I-G data, D-A-T-A, Lesco, L-E-S-K-O.com, you'll see a database there of all the contracts. It's probably a year or 2 old, but then they'll show you, like, you could put in a zip code and show you all the people in that zip code that got contracts, little businesses and priests and all kind of people get contracts like that. And that's all public information. I try not to miss your bids. Oh, thank you, Jennifer. Glad late, only time I catch up. Oh, good. Yeah, anything for rent when moving to a new state? Yes, it depends on what I would do. If you're moving to a new state, here's what to do. Go to hud.hud.gov, okay, and then search for counseling. I mentioned this a lot of time because it helps for a lot of different kind of places. Now, every place I give you, that's only a start. That may or may not help you. It's probably my very first best guess. And I don't have time to give you 30 of them, which I can. And then you contact them, the counseling, you find a counseling office to the state and the city you're going to, and ask them about programs. They know more than it. Their job is to make sure that you get someplace to live. And so what you do then is ask them, hey, I need help. And there are certain programs of that. And even maybe if you don't have enough down payment money, you may be able to get one of those programs. So it's finding, no, don't go to a real estate agent. They just want to, I mean, eventually maybe. But see, all the good free stuff that is going to give out money, real estate agents don't make money at it. They make money out of you going into debt or whatever and giving somebody else money because then they get a piece of it, okay? If somebody gives you something for free, they can't get any money out of it. So that's not their stick. Yeah. So maybe you need that later when you see the programs that are available that subsidize all that. And then you could take that information and maybe then a real estate agent will help you find what's available, with those restrictions that you now know. And that's the way to use it. And there's just more of that stuff. The problem is the stuff that's free is not advertised in Google. So if you look for renting or buying property or house or anything, you're just going to find all the agents. Everybody wants to get money from you, and not the people who want to give money to you. Anything to help buy a homestead. A homestead, is that like homestead is to me is a government word that they're giving you there's an urban homesteading act, and that's it. Yes, and a lot of that, particularly after the crisis that we had, houses, the government's sitting on a lot of houses. They give them out for half price or for $1 and things like that. If you go to HUD and in HUD.gov, you Google dollar houses or houses for dollar, spell out dollar, DOLLAR. Yeah, and that will show you about those homesteads, particularly urban homestead. Now in the country, it's the same thing, but that mostly is you want to go to your local county cooperative extension service. They will know about those kinds of things for whatever county you're in. And actually, if you're a Let's Go Help member, I'll send you a list about 200 grants and other things if you want to live in the country. And actually that's not a bad deal nowadays because you could make money from anywhere as long as you have a PC and online. Big Adventure. What search engine do you recommend? I know Google sucks. What do you reckon? No, Google's the best. It's just that they all suck. Particularly anything that's going to be it is trying to make money off of advertising, which all the major ones do, and that's the problem. So you have to learn more about what is out there, and I use Google all the time, but I don't use it to do research as much as, unless I know the exact name of it, like HUD.gov. You know that? Use Google, you put in HUD.gov and you'll find it, and that's the problem. And if you're searching around, you do it that way, but when the list comes up, do not go to any place that's a .com. Just go to HUD, find websites that are .gov or .org. Eventually, you may want to go to .coms, but you don't know enough. Another thing I was thinking about is that, like the title of this, of the subject title, success at anything takes a hell of a lot of work. And there's still no guarantee. Now, I don't know about you. I was never a jock. I played on a golf team. That's not really very jockey. Yeah. Hello. Any help with people on SSI who get money without going over the 2,000 cap? Well, yeah, there's a lot of things you don't have to do. There's websites now you trade services, so you don't have to have cash, and somebody's giving you something for free, and you give them a service, do some little research for them or whatever, and you're paying that way. And I guess that's you want to check if it's legal, that's fine. But it seems to me, that's the way to do it. And thank you for your help. Oh, great, forgive. But the hard work. In other words, that's the problem with Google, the salesman, and even me. I fall in that category as a salesman because I'm trying to earn income too. And salesmen, me included, try to make you believe it's easy to do something, okay? That's our job as a salesman. This is real easy. Just buy this and your life will be solved. Buy this, all easy, fast, easy, whatever, okay? So buy this. That's all you hear. Now, just think in life. I don't know if you have, but the coaches you have, athletic coaches, that's what I'm more. I don't know about the coaches for, life coaches, what they really do. I don't understand that too well, to tell you the truth. Hope things look up for you, buddy. Who's that, me? If you had a basketball coach, a tennis coach, a swimming coach, or you think they said, oh, come on, join the team. It's real easy. Don't worry, you'll win. No, right? I mean, there's no athletic coach or anything that would say, hey, join the team. Hey, why don't you play baseball? You'll win. Don't worry. No. Coaches know better. They know you have to work your butt off, right? 10 more laps. Do this. But when you get out and your career, we're attracted to people. Hey, it's real easy. You'll win. Don't worry. Just do this. Give me money and you'll win. It'll be easy. When it's, at least at my age, maybe it's, I don't know if I thought this way at 35, but it's hard. It's hard to succeed even at any level. I mean, you don't have to be a superhero, but just trying to do what you want to do in life is very difficult, and to think otherwise, I think is foolish. I mean, there are examples of otherwise, but they're outliers as far as I could tell. I mean, I was thinking in my infomercials, I'd find somebody in Montana or something who made one phone call and got $20,000. So it happened to him by accident, but that's the story you see. And, oh, I want to do that too. And that's how people sell. But 99, 44, 100% of us are going to have to work our ass off. Directed towards Bud and Doug. Oh, who's Bud and Doug? Bud and Doug. Bud. Oh, Bud. I'm homeless, living in my camper van in Southwest Arizona. Okay, Bud and Doug in Southwest Arizona. Go to your nearest city. Okay, and God, I mean, just go. I mean, there's two places I would go. I would go to the library, the reference librarian, and ask them about places, and whatever you're looking for, whatever it is. You need free dental care, or you're looking for a place to park your camper, or you're looking for a cheap place to rent. I mean, your reference librarian there knows that kind of stuff. Most of them do. Sure, it doesn't work all the time, but that's where I'd start. Where else would I go? Again, to that HUD counselor. So HUD.gov counselor. And you can ask the librarian, where's the local HUD counselor? And they'll help you there too. And that's available. Actually, I remember Buddy and Doug, there's if you're around in a camper, I forget the name of there's a magazine that's put out. I think they charge for it. You can probably find it at the library though. That tells you how to earn money traveling around like nomads. And like what happens is that like Amazon hires people just for a week, day, or whatever. You make $20 an hour, whatever the heck it is in the warehouse, and they pay for your camping. Your campsite fees. They're looking for the travelers, the nomads, that want to pick up some extra money. Any programs for real estate in Georgia or any group? Yes, there's 200 programs, probably 400 in all of Georgia. Any city in Georgia, I could show you 100 programs. That I know it sounds, the problem is I research this all the time. So I know all that stuff, and I know it's not fair to tell you that because you don't do that stuff. And it's hard for me to think that, hey, you haven't spent the last 40 years of your life doing what I do. So you don't know. And I'm sure you like the grandpa I never had. Oh, don't see myself as a grandpa, but I think I will be soon. You like that. But so it is. I mean, and I guess maybe the best I should do, if I don't do all your research for you, is help you believe that there are. So you have to go and research and find them. Okay, so how do you find them, Bucky? You're in Georgia. there's really 4 places you got to look. You got to look at the federal government programs, okay? Now, all of them are going to be .gov, okay? You got your state, that's easier to find. The federal one's actually harder to find. The state program, because every state, the place to go to your state is your state housing authority. Every state has a housing office, you know, that they finance things for housing. Every state does that. So you go to Atlanta, it's the state capital. It is, I think, right? and you find the Housing Finance Agency for Georgia. You check with those programs. Then you have to go to your county. So I think Atlanta has 5 different counties in it or whatever. So each of those counties will have something. Plus the cities, every city has something, you know, programs. Then you have to go to nonprofits, and that's the .org, you know, that you have to look at. So they're basically all the places, you know, to start looking. Investing in real estate, yes. Any advice on stocks and Forex? No, I don't do stocks. Actually, to me, stocks is investing in somebody else. I don't want to invest in, you know, and I don't know shit about that. I mean, I'm an MBA in finance, but, you know, that's gambling to me, you know. And so you want to play gambling. Some people will win, some people lose, but you're competing against people who think that all day. So you want to gamble? Fine. We all are allowed to lose our money. Forgiven and blessed, Buddy and Doug. Check out a BLM land. You can boondock for free. Oh, cool. You could give. I don't know the website, Barbara, for contracting work. Yes, for government contracts, it's called PTAC. Forget what that stands for. That's a Defense Department nonprofit organizations that help small businesses get government contracts. They're all over the country. So if you put government contracts, PTAC, you'll probably find it, but make sure it's .gov or .org. You don't want anything else. If you can't find it that way, do I need a business plan before I go to the SBA for a bet? No, you don't. But be careful. The SBA is good. Now the SBA. Now I wouldn't go to the SBA. I would go to what's called the Small Business Development Center. The SBA helps finance them, the Small Business Development Centers, but they're also they're financed by the state also, the federal government, state government, or whatever. And they're grants, and they get experts that help you any kind of business problem. And they'll help you try to write a business plan, but you may or may not need that, tell you the truth. And so you go to these places and don't tell them what you need. Just tell them what you're trying to do. I want to start a business. Don't go and say, hey, I look for $50,000 to start a business. Where do I get a grant like that? No, they're going to kick your ass out of there. So you don't want to do that. Well, even though there are programs, but there are ifs, ands, or buts, and you got to learn them all, you know, piecemeal. But to get the most out of these programs and help is to go into these offices, say, hey, I want to start a business and I need help, because that's where you are. You're saying you need a grant of $50,000 because that's all you could think of. That's the only option you could think that will solve your problem, when there's a lot of other ways to do it, but you're not there yet. So that's why you got to start learning the system and learning what's out there. It's sort of like, well, I'm going to go out and pick up a girl tonight, and I want it to be, you know, 5'7" and 112 pounds and yada, yada. I have my requirements because that's what I want. And then you never find one, right? And until the last bar out there, hey, you know, things get a little different. You see, the world is a little different than that. And some midget walks in the door and your heart falls in love, and it's all over. So that's why you have to go out and see what's there. You have a general idea when you're starting a business, and see what's there and how you could use these tools in society. Okay. Forgiven and blessed. I've been doing that all winter, but it's getting too hot. I'm concerned about my dog, Buddy. Oh, Buddy getting too hot. Oh, that's Buddy and Doug. That's who the Buddy is, and Buddy and Doug. Okay, I am in suburban Maryland. So what office do I go to? It depends on what suburban Maryland. You mean suburban Washington, D.C., suburban that? The PTAC office in the Washington, D.C. area, there's 2. There's one, actually there's free, I guess. There's one at University of Maryland. There's one at, I have an interview actually with a video interview on YouTube with the people who run the PTAC at George Mason University. And then I think there's one at Howard University, right? Because they have a SBDC also. They're usually with the Small Business Development Center. So you could always find, you could go to the Small Business Development Center, SBDC, or Americas, AMERICAS, and then SBDC.org, and put in your zip code and you'll find the local SBDC. Buddy, okay, glad to know it. Have you looked into work camping? Yeah. They have places up north to get free camp and working about 20 hours away. Yeah, that's what camping. Yeah, that's the kind of thing. And there's a lot of organizations that work with that. You know, a lot of tourist-related industries, even government facilities, and Amazon, and all these kinds of people do that. I wish I still had my thick Lesko book I had in the late 90s. Yes, so do I. But actually, I used to spend most of my money mailing those suckers out. Now, there's no cost. Nice. I'm an easy distance from Maryland, NHU. Good. How do you make $20 if I am hungry? How do I make $20 if I am hungry? Panhandle. A lot of people do that. You know, it may take you all day, but you get it. But I mean, go to a pantry. I mean, you're hungry. You know, find the pantry. How do you find a pantry? You go to 211, wherever you are in this country, and they'll show you where the pantries are, to get food. And that's 211. To get extra money, I think it's easy on the internet. There's a free course that the city of San Francisco puts out. It's online. It'll tell you how to make money in the gig economy. It would cost you nothing. To use these platforms for making money, to be a dog walker, or to look at color things on the internet for companies that pay you 10 cents a thing or whatever, and you rack up money. It's not big money, but it's income. Yeah, you need 20 bucks. That's important. Okay. Thank you for all your advice. Good. Thank you. What's the difference between the monthly membership? Oh, thanks, Dad. Monthly membership is a monthly. It's basically $90 a month, and I have, if you buy, I think I got a $39 package and a $59 package. And what you're buying is months in advance at a cheaper rate, so you could get it down at least to $9 a month if you pay like 6 months in advance. So for $60, you got 6 months, instead of paying $19 a month. But if you only want a month's worth, then you want to do $19 a month. How do I get a grant for a food truck? Stick to your ribs. It depends. There used to be certain crowdfunding sites just for food trucks. I mean, to me, you start searching. I mean, there's no one place. There's no one best place. You have to start touching as many bases as possible for this. And the first place I would go is talk to somebody at your local small business development center. I would look at the big crowdfunding sites. I mean, go to Indiegogo and things like that, related to see if people who are raising money on crowdfunding sites for food trucks. I would do that. I would maybe see if you could work for a food truck to see what the deal is, to learn as much as you can about it. Which is better for a personal loan, bank versus credit union. Or a peer-to-peer loan. I mean, they're even better than credit unions. A lot of it depends. I mean, there's no solid one answer 100% of the time for anything. Tax Assessors County website has Google Earth, best place to find land. Cool. To buy, or what do you want to do with land? I mean, I lost that. Okay. Let's see, who else we got here? Makes you a zillion times better than a salesman. But you tell us straight up, we have to work. Thank you, Jennifer. Yeah, I mean, that's the important thing. I mean, it is, boy, it is so hard. I mean, I've been struggling for 10 years I did very well selling books and reference books and everything. And then that just stopped. I mean, trickle. It's taken me 10 years to get, maybe I got something now, tell you the truth. This is after 10 years of digging in. And my biggest handicap was success. So you people maybe haven't been successful yet. I think you're ahead of the game, because you don't see, older people are dragging around past success and they think that that still works. Don't. So what you have to do is just keep your eyes forward. Where are the opportunities? What am I missing? Out that way. Not people who have done it another way. Maybe you could learn a little trick or two there, but it's more going out and getting feedback, trying things. You say you want to sell something, we'll do something that you could sell and ask for money and see if that works. Will 211 be able to point me in the right direction and start a daycare with free money and find grants to do so out of passive tax? Maybe, maybe not. I think a better place is your state office for childcare. Every state has childcare office, okay? And you want to know that. And they know the rules and regulations and how much grant money varies by. You probably have to do a lot of pieces together. I mean, you may get lucky and find one place that has all the grant money that you need to start, but that's not very probable. Probably little pieces around that you have to put it together somehow. And that's why maybe you start out of your house and you just do a few people, so that doesn't take much overhead to get started. The most important thing to do is not have this big grand plan and spend the next 3 years trying to get all the money. Is that just start getting a customer first and then build it from there. Emergency grant in Peoria, Illinois. Okay, 211. Call your county, whatever county you are in, whatever Peoria in. Go to the county government. Just call. Nice, Jack. Oh, thank you. Just go to your county government and ask for the community development office. Okay, that's where that emergency money is, because there's a lot of emergency money, and every county has that money. And a lot of times, what they'll do is they'll give it to nonprofits to give out. So they'll give you a list of nonprofits or point you that way. If they don't and know anything, then call 211. And if they don't know, then call your elected official. Have propane toilet, solar water heater, and form concrete that floats in the water to build houses. You have that? I'm not sure what that means, Dennis. I mean, that sort of sounds interesting, but I'm not sure what your question is. Does states give you money to move to another state? Most states don't. The only money I've found like that, you could write off stuff on your taxes. And the only thing I know, if you lose your home, so if in foreclosure, you couldn't pay your rent or mortgage or whatever, there are some states too that will help you move out of their state. I mean, to get another house if it's in another state. The state give you money. But see, you could also use emergency money for it. See, that if you start using the system more, you start learning, hey, that's over there. I wonder if I could use this for that. So even though it's not called moving money, it's called emergency money. This is emergency, I want to move. So if you're only looking for moving money, then you'll miss it. And that's why you look for what's there, not what you want. You look for what's there, what programs are there, and then how can I use those programs? Does the state give you money to move to another state? Looking for that. Yeah, like I say, sometimes they do. Sometimes, how do you find out? Well, it's usually your workforce development office. So this would be, again, your county government. Every county has a workforce development office. And so you want to go there. I need emergency money. How do I get the state to give it to me? You don't get the state. Most of that is at the county. Most emergency money is at the county. So that's where you want to go. To find out about emergency money and nonprofits. AZ emergency money. Is that? Appreciate your consistency. Oh, thanks, Oliver. What's that? Arizona emergency? Man, it's the same thing. Okay, you're right. How do I get emergency money from the county? You call up the county government and ask for. It's either the Health and Human Services Office or Community Development Office. And that's it. And probably just have to say emergency money. And most counties know that. See, we have what is it, like 10,000 counties in the country. So everybody's going to be a little different names and everything. But basically, it's the same kind of stuff. Let's see. What is your option on a car? What is your opinion of the car business? What do you mean? Buying cars, making cars, selling cars, being an Uber driver or whatever? I think there's two things in life. That's amazing. Yes. Two things in life we want to do is give as much as we can. And I think if the only way you're going to give as much as you can in life is you do something you like doing. And I think the trick in life is trying to find something that you like doing that's of value to somebody else that will pay you for it. And that way you have money to support yourself and also then give to society as much as you possibly can. Because what I'm thinking, really, the older I get, the more I say, we're a capitalist society, and that's good, fun stuff, and got more people out of poverty than anything else in our world today. But it's not everything. So we have to, I think, put capitalism back down to number 2, not number 1. Because if you're doing everything for capitalism, then you're missing a whole part of life that is even more important. I mean, the name of the game in life is not to be Scrooge McDuck and see how much money you could pile up down in your basement. The thing in life is how much can you give to the rest of society, or how much can you love somebody else? I mean, that's what it is. But you have to support yourself too. So that's where capitalism comes in. What about funds to start a smoke shop? Oh, that could go up in flames, Yeah, any kind of business, legitimate. I mean, I even see the government gave money to start a porno shop on 42nd Street in New York City, because the government has venture capital money. They give it to venture capitalists and they invest whatever they want. It doesn't matter. What about funds to start a smoke shop? Car business. Well, I mean, no one knows what's good and bad about any business except you. Because it's going to be as much as you could put into it. You're going to make the difference between success or failure of anything new you start. So if everybody else tells you it's dumb, but you still want to do it, you do the goddamn thing. Nobody knows. Everybody's guessing. I tell you how good the business is. I could give you a guess, but I don't know. Nobody knows. Everybody will have a biased opinion because we all want to pretend we're smart, but we really don't know. This is why I wear the question mark suit. I don't know. And everybody's guessing. Look at the smartest people in the world blew up the country in the stock market and real estate and everything else. The smartest people in the world thought Trump would never win. So nobody knows. What about funds to start? Okay, my A to Z. What is your opinion of the car business? So, I mean, I think you're going to be a dealership, or a normal dealership. I mean, to me, I think that unless you're a fat cat, and want to compete in that game, I mean, I think small because I do things myself mostly. So where is there a little crack? So to me, I like living on the crumbs, because crumbs are real big now. The big guys don't care about a couple $1 million. That's good enough for me. So there's a lot of crumbs that make a lot of money in this country. Is Florida a harder state to find grants? What about funds to start a small? Florida, if I had probably so personal stuff, I mean, yes, but don't let that stop you. It doesn't matter. You find another way. You have to want to do something. How to get free legal help and crime victim funds for a lawyer. Talk about that. Yes, every state has crime victim assistance program. That's where you get the $30,000 if you're, or even more, up to 50 if you've been a victim of crime. Okay, how do you find out about that? It's usually at the state government attorney general. So the attorney general's office. If it's not at their office, they would know where it is. So I would contact them. If you don't know what to do, see, what you do is you call an elected official. You call a state senator or federal congressman, a senator, or what, any elected official, and just ask them. You can join me for $20 a month and ask me, but you can ask them too, for free. How do I get free help? Okay, and so that's where I would start. Don't hire a lawyer yet. You want to know all the free stuff first. What are your options for free? Because lawyers are just going to get a lot of money out of you. What's the fat cat, Brian? What's the and actually, I have a son now who's getting what's called open police complaints. So if you have a problem with a police officer or something and want to complain, then their app gets that complaint to the right person. And if you need legal help, then they it's a place to arrange for that, stuff like that too. And it's a place to blow off steam, because most of these officers get away with stuff. I mean, a lot of good ones too, but we don't know how to. They usually police themselves, which is not really good. That's why we have three forms of government: the legislature, the executive, and the justice department. I mean, the courts. I have to move, and rent has doubled here in Florida on top of making the 3 months up front. Any suggestions? Yeah, I mean, if you're, if it's in, I mean, call a HUD counselor. I mean, they're going to know more about the local programs than I could even guess, because it's most of that stuff is local. So you'll find out a local HUD counselor, HUD.gov, and look for counseling. Make an appointment. Make sure. See, all these government officials too, don't go on the website and think you're getting to the answers in email. No, you try to go belly to belly. You try to get in that office. They're there for that. And the more you go belly to belly and in front of them, the more you're going to get. Believe me. You rock, man. Thank you. Oh, thank you, Nate. I bought your book on Amazon, Legal Help, and the Law Directory, Lawyer by. They were great books. Oh, thank you. Yeah, I love that legal book, but it didn't sell. I've written 100 books, only 10 made money. And that's it. So I know I'm wrong 90% of the time. That's right. You got to play for failure, man. You don't play for success. All of us play for success because that's more fun to think about. Oh, I'm going to be a gazillionaire. But no, if you do this, like if you call HUD and it doesn't work, what are you going to do next? That's what I mean, playing for failure. You don't say, oh, this is going to solve all your problems, because it probably won't. You're going to have to do something else after that. So what you do when you contact them, they help you. You add, hey, well, where else do you think? Where can I get that help? That's what keeps you in the game and eventually solves your problem. And that's how you become success, okay? I'm tired as hell, guys. It's almost midnight. Everybody okay for now? Don't forget, if you need help, I got that new service where I help you all day long. Free. letsgo.com/letsgohelp. Okay, help me want to. Okay, guys. Peace. Thanks for being there. Talk to you soon.